Okay, so we're gonna talk about the book War and Peace, written by Leo Tolstoy. Okay, so about the author. Yeah, Count Lev Nikolaevich Tolstoy. Usually referred to in English as Leo Tolstoy, was a Russian writer who is regarded as one of the greatest authors of all time. He received multiple nominations for Nobel Prize in Literature every year from 1902 to 1906, and nominations for Nobel Peace Prize in 1901, 1902, and 1910, and his miss of the prize is a major Nobel Prize controversy. Born to an aristocratic Russian family in 1828, he is best known for the novels War and Peace and Anna Karenina, often cited as pinnacles of realist fiction. He first achieved literary acclaim in his 20s with his semi-autobiographical trilogy, Childhood, Boyhood, and Youth, and Sevastopol Sketches, based upon his experiences in the Crimean War. Tolstoy's fiction includes dozens of short stories and several novellas such as The Death of Ivan Ilyich, Family Happiness, and Haji Murad. He also wrote plays and numerous philosophical essays. In the 1870s, Tolstoy experienced a profound moral crisis, followed by what he regarded as an equally profound spiritual awakening, as outlined in his nonfiction work, A Confession. His literal interpretation of the ethical teachings of Jesus, centering on the Sermon on the Mount, caused him to become a fervent Christian, anarchist, and pacifist. Tolstoy's ideas on nonviolent resistance, expressed in such works as The Kingdom of God is Within You, were to have a profound impact on such pivotal 20th century figures as Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Tolstoy also became a dedicated advocate of Georgism, the economic philosophy of Henry George, which he incorporated into his writing, particularly Resurrection.
In this book, there were three main characters. There were Pierre, Andrei, and Natasha. First, Pierre is a massive man who has great desire for food, drink, and women. The other side of Pierre is that he is a thoughtful and philosophical man who is searching for truth and wishes to discover how to live a meaningful life. Pierre unexpectedly inherits his father's millions because Anna and Pierre has a bad first marriage, but ultimately marries the heroine of the story, Natasha, as a result of his experience as a prisoner of war and his contact with a wise peasant. Pierre finally learns how to live, which infuses his life with all its necessary meaning. Second man is Andrei. He is a secondary hero of the story, who is handsome, intelligent, romantic, and an idealist. Andrei married to a beautiful noble whom he despises because she is shallow. Although he's more cynical and pessimistic, he and his friend Pierre get along with each other. Andrei fights at Austerlitz and learns that he craves glory and wants to be known. He also has a spiritual awakening after injury. After Andrei's wife dies, he falls deeply in love with Natasha, and he dies under the care of Natasha. And finally, the heroine of this novel, Natasha. Natasha is attractive to everyone, especially men, because she is so full of life and reflects our joyfulness. However, it also causes her to act without regard regard for consequences. Natasha falls in love with Andrei and accepts his proposal of marriage. However, the spontaneous aspect of her nature, which propels her to follow her emotion without forethought. At the end of the novel, she marries Pierre and becomes a much calmer person, focused on her husband and children.
Okay. So I will tell about the summary of this book. So War and Peace begins in the Russian city of St. Petersburg in 1805 as fear of Napoleon's ongoing war making begins to set in. Most of the characters are introduced at a party, including Pierre Buzkov, Andrei Bolkonsky, and the Kragin and Rostov families. Much of the novel focuses on the interactions between the Buzkovs, Bolkonskys, and the Rostovs. After their introduction, Andrei Bolkonsky and Nikolai Rostov go to the Austrian front under General Kutuzov, a fictional representation of Mikhail Kutuzov, to engage with Napoleon's troops. Andrei is then injured at the Battle of Austerlitz and presumed dead until he arrived home to his wife Lise, who died during childbirth soon after. Pierre, meanwhile, has married Helena Kragina. She is unfaithful to him, and Pierre duels with the other man, almost killing him. And he soon becomes overwhelmed by his marriage and leaves Helena. He joins the Freemasons, which influences his personal and business fortunes greatly. In the meantime, Nikolai has racked up a large amount of gambling debt, which causes the Rostov family to lose most of their fortune. He is encouraged to make a wealthy heiress despite promising to marry Sonia, his cousin. Nikolai eventually witnessed the peace between Tsar Alexander and Napoleon. Andrei soon becomes involved with Natasha Rostov, only to be told by his father that he must wait a year before marrying her. After some time away, Andrei discovers that Natasha has been unfaithful, so he rejects her, and Pierre consoles her, eventually falling in love with her. In 1812, Napoleon invades Russia, forcing Alexander to declare war. Andrei returns to service, and Pierre is driven to believe he must personally assassinate Napoleon. As the French advance, Mary Lise's sister is forced to leave her house. Nikolai finds her in the streets, and the two reconnect. Pierre, still crazed by his imaginary duty, is apprehended by French forces and witness a number of executions which deeply affect him.
I once read Tolstoy's books, War and Peace, but the book was not funny at first, but I felt more and more moved by reading it over and over again. For a second time. It's been a long time since I read Tolstoy's short story as a life project of love, and I wanted to touch again. At first, I thought the religious color might be strong because it was a task of life in love. But when I read it, I seemed to give the principle of universal human life rather than religious. Moreover, the book remained in the tragedy of Korean War on June 25, 1950, turned into grief and forced to shed tears. Still, I could find comfort on the War and Peace, which demonstrate not only the brutality of the war, but also demonstrated a feeling of joy of life through their own lives. However, I still thought we shouldn't forget effort of past ancestors and must be thankful to our early generations. Thank you.